Oh my gosh. Let's try that again. All right, DJ, start the recording from here. I guess technically, you know what? We were still early. We were still early. So, technically it's okay. You know. Welcome, fellow Xlanders. Happy September 2nd, 2022. It is a gorgeous Friday afternoon. 5 o'clock's like a weird time here. Is it like, because it doesn't feel like evening necessarily, but it feels like it's too late to be afternoon, if that makes sense. Late afternoon, early evening. Because to me, I picture evening being until like 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. And then, but like afternoon to me ends at like 3. What do you call 3 p.m.? What do you call like that 5 hours, 3 p.m. to like 8 p.m. or 3 to 7? Look at that. Love to see the participation already. Super active. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. If you are new to the stream, first of all, welcome and thank you for tuning in. Second, you might go, what are these little people and why is my name on one of them? If you are in the audience, you will potentially have an Xlander here down at the bottom with your name on it. And those are stream avatars. It's a mini game that we kind of play while we're streaming. It's still in the works. These avatars were actually brought to you by More Cheese, God of Pixels, and we are very grateful. They are super cool. They do little dances. If somebody follows the channel, they all dance. It's a fun little thing. So I hope that you enjoy them. All right. Very cool. Well, we are getting everybody in here. Oh, well, thank you, Greg RW81. And there we go. Thank you for the follow, Greg. And there you go. You saw the 1,000 Xlander dance. Much appreciated. The dance of 1,000 Xlanders, yes. So, looks like we are good. I'm gonna drop some stars here. So right now it doesn't really do anything. We're still working out, but it's a pretty in-depth thing. There's a lot of really cool stuff. So you can type in exclamation jump. I think there's a panel or something. I have to figure out the overlays exactly. So like, for there. We got the 57 student. Thank you for the follow and 1,000. And the dance of 1,000 Xlanders is your reward. Yes. We've got to get some like different name tags and stuff. As you can see, I put we got the Genesis Xlander tag on the UPX World Live walking around there. I need to Sheriff Shack. Hold on. I need to fix your so we got some other stuff that we're still working on, like I said, through this. Oh my goodness. And some people who are a little bit more familiar with it know some of the little tips and tricks, and there's mini games and stuff to unlock. If you are interested in participating, be sure to check out Stream Avatar. It is pretty cool. And you are Sheriff. There you go, Sheriff Shack. Don't be confused. There we go. All right. So, thank you very much. And thank you for the follow. All right. What do you say? Let's dive into the UPX World Weekly Briefing. I don't know. What do you guys like? Do you like briefing or recap? Or, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I haven't decided. I kind of flip back and forth between that. So feel free to leave your thoughts and comments on what should we call this. All right. So here's our agenda. We are going to do the weekly. See, even here, so I do a weekly recap. We got looking forward, and then we'll have some Q&A opportunities at the end. As always, we like to make sure that if you have questions about UPX World, that you have the opportunity to ask and get those questions answered. That is one of the primary reasons we stream so frequently. Um, Briefing sounds more related to Xlanders. Okay. Debrief. Okay. Noted. What do you guys think of these? So Shaq, I don't know if you know, I took your globe and I was messing with it. I really like am digging the swirl that the effect that I got on that on this top one. I was pretty excited about it. Um, but yeah, these are we're still um, tinkering with. So one of the things that we have this week is I don't know if you've seen it on the server, but Shactalin put in some amazing artwork for the logo for UpX World. So we are playing around with that and some of the different compositions and so look for that hopefully this weekend. I think is our plan. We really need to get that locked down because we are having a lot of great momentum in those social media areas and we want to be able to have a solid logo for you. They are awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that one is super cool. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, ooh, that's shiny. um so yeah, let's go. Weekly recap. So, oh my goodness. Well, you guys are blocking. I gotta move. You guys are like blocking here. Hold on. I'm gonna move myself up. Take the elevator. Too far. I'm gonna move you guys over. Sorry. Everybody hold still. Yeah. You guys are. I can't. That's all right. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. If that's too distracting, let me know. Oh, you know what? I can shrink your box. Here we go. Sorry, you guys are gonna get into a smaller box. There you go. Oh, well, we got the dance. Oh, to know. Thank you for the follow. And the dance of 1,000 Xlanders is your reward. Thank you so much. All right, there we go. I think we can more or less see that. All right, so let's break it down from the tech and dev teams. We had the alpha tutorial demo. So I believe that happened on Tuesday. We were playing the new demo. It's got tutorial and some interactions as well as being able to destroy buildings and explode different block explorers and things. However, we were flying around, and the game did warn us that there was evil block explorers around. I didn't think they were going to be that evil. However, we found out just how evil they were when I was struck from the sky by an evil puppy with laser eyes. Quite humiliating to be completely wiped out, but it was perfect timing for the end of that stream. We came back the next day after a little bit of roleplay on Roleplay Wednesday, and we were able to take down the evil puppy brigade. Turns out there was multiple evil puppies, and we were able to collect the coins and complete the initial tutorial. So if you haven't had a chance to catch that, it should be on YouTube, and we'll probably have some clips of that um, all around. And so, yep. So that's it. All right. So if you want to take a look at that, please go check out our social, YouTube, and I'm sure we'll be playing more demos throughout the week. I will also give a little teaser that says, if you liked that, now I guess I got to be careful here because I'm going to tell you that the alpha tutorial, so we're probably going to have a limited closed alpha. We are going to get some alpha testers for the game to get feedback. However, those slots will be reserved for our VIX members. So that's our very important Xlanders. As of now, there's no real way to get that distinction unless you've had it previously from being a follower or a fan of UpX World or supporting the project. over the past several years that we've been trying to get different things going, or there have been some recent competitions to win a lifetime subscription to VIX, a lifetime VIX membership, which is really exciting. So if I don't think there's any active bounties that give lifetime VIX, it's actually a fairly significant reward. So for those of you who don't know, our very important Xlander program is going to be kind of the subscription service to UPX World, and will be kind of how we dole out a lot of the benefits and advanced features. The goal is to make it fairly affordable and also be a tremendous value add. So if you've ever bought like those coupon books, I'm super guilty. I always buy the coupon books, and it's like, hey, $10 for $200 value. Oh, excuse me, goodness. You know, $10 for a $200 value. You know, if you claim all the coupons and stuff, that's kind of what we're going to be doing with the VIX program, among other things. So first, we'll have different like extended benefits to the different experiences. And if you're not familiar with what an experience is, the experience is any sort of like grouping. So what we've been seeing a lot is the Upland metaphase experience. So that's where, you know, we're using Upland as a metaverse, and we are extending that into these metaphases, and that's where you can fly around the neighborhoods, and there'll be neighborhood versus neighborhood competitions. You'll get a personal metaphase. So all of that is kind of the Upland metaphase experience. But we are working with other teams and other projects. So 1111 Art Studio and Curation is going to have an amazing project that we're looking to bring to life as its own experience, where they will highlight curated art from various various artists on wax, and you'll be able to participate in auctions and view galleries and things like that. We also have the data mines experience. So that is the second update here. Our Postgres database has over 680 million processed Upland transactions, and that is building the foundation of our Upland data mines experience, where you'll be able to explore the data mines and get all of that fantastic, juicy information that you've been so wanting. We're hoping that the experience overall gives more flexibility in reporting and ease of use as well. All right. Bombs cost 10, you only have 6 gold. That's fair. Yes, I know. We are all very excited for it to come. It is, and so keep on watching. So let's do the next thing, which is going to be our bounty updates. So if you don't know, bounties are how we engage the community with different activities and contests. The rewards vary from UPX to USD. We try to have, I think our goal is to have about 3 to 5 of these active at any given time. We do want to, you know, spread them across. So you'll have, you know, we have written contests, we have art contests, we have developer contests. Those are a little bit harder, the developer bounties, because they are more in depth. So we will be converting those mostly to contracts moving forward. However, if you have you know, a unique skill or talent, or you think that there's a place that you would like to maybe contribute inside of UPX World, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself if it's development related. And you can actually reach out directly to Scotch, who is the CMO, if it is marketing or social. If you are a social content creator, I know we are always looking for good social content. So be sure to reach out to Scotch on that. As for the active and last week's bounty updates, so we did have the Artist Arc stories and the winners. Congratulations, Rob Zilla for winning 50,000 UPX and taking first prize this week. Also coming in is HG, wins 20,000 UPX for coming in second. Thank you, HG. And then third was a tie between NFT Architect and Kevin Lota. And so we're going to give each of them 20,000 UPX because third place gets 20,000 UPX, and that's what we do. So congratulations to all of the winners. Please ping me with a burner property for the designated amount. If you aren't familiar on how to do burner properties, let me know. And I can walk you through that process. But congratulations. Thank you for everybody for your submissions. It was, we had a great turnout, and I really appreciate it. And we now have, so now, right now, is the social center backstories. So if you hadn't submitted yet, and again, you can submit for as many as you want, even if you've won previously. You don't have to necessarily be a resident of that living quarters. So you feel free. It's 800 characters, so it's a fairly short piece, but we've seen a lot of amazing content created, and it is truly special to see the creativity in this community. It's really fun to just hear how you view this world. And keep in mind that you're all in a very unique place right now as UpX World is just getting started to be able to shape the narrative of this. I mean, we've already seen it in Roleplay Wednesday. The Luna, our Elsie loving plant is running amok. I actually have to check out. There was some whispers of, I have no idea. There's a bit of chaos. I have to catch up on that to see what was going on. But definitely appreciate all of the writing and content creation there. And the big one here is the UpX World flag. So this is open until September 15th. So we got a little bit of time here, but this is a big one. So if you are an artist of any kind, please take a look at this bounty, because it does have, I believe it's $100 first prize. But then in addition, and in addition to the $100 grand prize, there is actually a little bit more, and I don't want to say too much about it yet, because, well, all I'm going to say is, our motto of decentralizing revenue streams. Like, that's what we're all about. We're all about empowering the community, enabling the artists and the creators to be able to generate value and revenue for themselves with their creations. I will say this flag is going to be no different. So there's going to be 3 artists. Well, and it could be less than 3, right? Because the same artist could win multiple panels. But up to 3 artists will each have their work represented on our flag, and I'll show you at the end what it, we have the mock-up with last week's winner, which was Zoe, with her fantastic one for Utopian. And this panel 2, is for Peaceful. Some amazing submissions already coming in. Now, keep in mind, this can be any art style. It can be anything from abstract, creative, direct. Really, stretch your wings here, no pun intended, and see, kind of what does peaceful mean. So, UpX World being a utopian, peaceful existence. That's kind of our goal. When the Xlanders left Earth to find a new planet, they said it would be a utopian, peaceful existence, and hence where UpX World came from. All right, so that is our flag. And we did the social center, and now the web design. So if you are a web designer, we are in need of a web designer. This is actually a contract, I believe, and I think it might even be $2,000. I'd have to double check that. But I think it's $2,000. We need a web designer. So if you're a web designer and a web creator, reach out to me. We really, I don't want to source. I can, right? So what we try to do as much as humanly possible right now is we are trying to source these roles and these opportunities from within the existing community, right? There is a lot of really good talent that we want to help elevate and showcase. And so, it's okay. If you're a little intimidated, like come talk to me. We can figure something out. But we are looking for a web designer, and if I don't find one soonish, then likely I will end up having to outsource it, and that's just unfortunately because we do need to keep the momentum going. But we would love to source that internally to this community. So, and if it's not you, but maybe you know somebody, right? So you know somebody who is a web designer and creator who is looking for some freelance work, shoot them my details and have them contact me or get us connected. So there's that. Um, Utopian and peaceful sounds Star Trekky. I mean, live long and prosper, right? I don't know. Is that I don't. I shouldn't do that because I don't actually know. I'm not actually a Trekkie, so I don't know. Um, Not that there's anything wrong with it. I like Star Trek. But see, all right. You guys promise not to tell anybody. I actually really like the new series though with Zachary Quinto. Come on, I really like the new set. I like the newer Star Trek. I think it's cool. I'm not gonna lie. Morty here. I'm late. Hey Morty, welcome. I actually downloaded the Morty pack for the stream avatars. So one day, maybe Sunday, actually, if you're around Sunday, I might play with the Rick and Morty stream avatars, and it's got various characters from the show Rick and Morty. So instead of Xlanders, it's that, and it's kind of fun. Um, so that could be really fun to play with. All right, so that is that. And the social and community updates. So congratulations, big win here. Influencer of the week, Moon Unit. Woo woo! Give it up for Moon Unit. Very much well deserved. Thank you for your social activity. You uh, as influencer of the week, you win 50,000 UPX. So congratulations to Moon Unit and your 50,000 UPX win. Other kind of, I think they're exciting milestones. We hit 100 Twitch followers this week. Our goal was 88, so the first 88 followers of this channel are actually earmarked now for the Genesis item for Twitch. We have 600 Twitter followers, which is very exciting, and we are actively growing other social media places such as Instagram. On a related note to Instagram, we do have a kind of it's not as such a bounty as much as a Genesis event for our Instagram, I guess is probably the best way to say it. And the first 50 followers of our Instagram, which is you can find us at UPX World on Instagram, will win a exclusive Instagram Genesis item. Now, what this means to you is as a Genesis item holder, you are going to get an NFT that represents that item, which means that in game it'll unlock that Genesis item for yourself. What that also is going to do, though, because there's only going to be, for let's use the Instagram one, there's only going to be 50 of those items that are NFTs, right? And so we're doing this because we want to showcase the power of what we're doing of taking layer one and transforming it into something more meaningful through layer two. Because yeah, okay, cool. I have this, the Genesis shield or whatever it is from Instagram. Once we figure it out, it'll be some kind of accessory. And So yeah, okay, great. You could unlock that, and you could sell your individual one, potentially. Sure. However, there is more to the story than that. With the Genesis items specifically, we are showcasing our distributed and decentralized revenue stream model by offering those items then for sale as an in-app purchase. However, all of the profit from that will then be split among the Genesis item holders. So if you don't hold the Genesis item, you may still get an opportunity to buy it as an in-game item, but it won't be an NFT, and you won't be able to sell it or trade it. You'll just be able to own it and equip it and do all that. Now, where it gets interesting is I said might, because the Genesis item holders are actually going to be able to vote on whether or not they even want it for sale. So we really liked the concept of this governance model. So Upland is doing a similar thing with your neighborhoods and your homes and things like that, where you're able to vote on different things. We really like that. I think that there's something to that, and we want to extend that out. So with the Genesis items specifically, what we'll be doing is those 50 NFT holders will then each month vote on two items. One, is this going to be for sale in the in-app purchase store? Yes or no. And if it is for sale, how much do you want to sell it for? And we'll have pre-selected things. So for instance, $1, $10, $100, all subject to change. But the idea being that if 26 of those 50 Instagram followers said, nope, we are never selling. No, this is ours. Like, that's it. If you aren't one of the first 50, you're not getting it. And they could never sell it. And then you might not ever get a chance to get it. However, it's coming up around the holiday time. You go, oh, well, guys, I mean, I know we really wanted to keep it for ourselves, but hey, maybe we put it up for sale and see if we can get some money. And then that will release it for that month for sale at the designated price. And at the end of that month, it'll be back up for vote. And I think it's going to create really interesting, almost like mini markets of, that's going to, those community, like you're now in a community with the other Genesis item holders, right? That's an opportunity for you to maybe market together. If you have, say, an influencer or somebody who is, has a large following inside of that Genesis group, maybe tag them and go, hey, we're going to put it up for sale. Like, would you mind equipping it or sharing it out? And so you, as the actual owners, can decide, like, well, how do you want to market it? Like, do you want to go out and make a Twitter campaign and be like, hey, starting the 1st of November, you can buy this item, may not ever be for sale again, and here's how much it's going to be. And then as the Genesis item owners, you're going to be able to share in that profit from those in-app purchases, which to me is what it's all about, right? So that's how you then add value and income, passive income, to your layer one assets. And so we are doing the Genesis items as a proof of concept of that, but we also plan on expanding that very quickly and very rapidly to multiple ecosystems, including Upland, and Wax will be is on the roadmap for this year. It might just be a Wax wallet integration to start with, but we do plan on expanding out. We would love to be able to do something like the escrow service that is offered by Upland, because we think that those escrow services are really the future of interoperability between chains, because it allows a secondary layer to escrow an Upland item, escrow a Wax item, complete a transaction, say, on the Xlander exchange, and then essentially switch the accounts. Like, just go, yep, okay, now this item goes to your Wax account and this item goes to your Upland account, and none of the items have ever left the chain that they were originally on. You don't have to have some, intermediary item that may or may not get lost in transit or converted. Like, it always stays where it is. And then you just connect your Wax account, your Upland account, and now we're able to do a lot more interoperability directly in layer 2 without having to do any kind of portals or NFT conversions, which I think ultimately will help the community be able to grow smaller, more independent projects quicker too. Because I think a lot of these portals, and especially the coordination between some of the larger NFT projects and metaverses, is really going to be geared towards, no surprise, larger projects and NFT metaverses, in the sense that those standards will likely be used by them. And then if you do maybe adhere to that standard, maybe it allows you to get into that layer 1 easier, which would be awesome. But know that if not, there's still a really big home for you in layer 2. And so whatever you have in layer 1 for assets or creative items, just know that layer 2 is going to really help open up some doors for value and potentially passive income generation. All right. Oh yeah, I'm a Twitch Genesis follower, also an Instagram Genesis follower. Well, thank you, Absky. Very cool. So I think that's that. That's that. Other social media, I think that's probably the gist of it. But again, you really want to participate anytime we have the Genesis things, because it really will be just the first and only time that those kind of things are available. Now, we may offer other, not as, some other items for Instagram following or Twitch following down the line. But the Genesis ones will not be offered besides that event. On a related note, so the Twitch, well, here, I think it's on the next. All right, cool. And I'll talk about it here on this one. So, streams. So we got at least 6 more regular streams. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, we stream here at 5 p.m. Central. And then Saturday, we do a morning show at 8 a.m. Central. And on Thursdays, we don't stream here. However, you can find me if you are looking for your TML/UPX World Fix. You can find me on the critically acclaimed UPX podcast that I co-host with my good buddy and fantastic person, Too Stupid to Win. We've been doing that now for over 2 years, pretty much every week. It's fun. It's always a good time. So if you're looking for more Upland specific content as well, that's a great place to go. There's actually a lot of great Upland content creators out there, so definitely check them out. Wow, was I on? Dang, I think this week also, speaking of that, so I was on with Loyal Doyle. I believe that was this week. Man, crazy week. I was on with Loyal Doyle, and so I had that. So if you're looking for extra content, Loyal Doyle was there. Yep. So there's that. Social Center backstory. So as we mentioned in the previous bounty, get those Social Center backstories in. I will read them out on Tuesday, and then we will have a vote, and then the winner will be announced on Friday, I guess. That's what we're doing. So we close it on Tuesday. Yes, let me just make sure I have the calendar right. So we close that Social Center backstory on Tuesday, where I read it out, and then we will select the winners on Friday in our recap here. There are going to be more social and creative bounties, so keep an eye out for that. The last writing opportunity is going to be for the socially selective center. I'm looking for some really, I think I'm hoping you guys are saving the best for last. Some creativity on that one. I know that there's a lot of very interesting characters in that particular group. I include myself in there as well, and so I'm looking forward to what the community thinks of socially selective corner and see what you can come up with there. So that will be there. We will also be doing the influencer of the week again. There might be some other social bounties and creative opportunities, so keep an eye out for all of that. And it is found on Discord. If you have an idea for a bounty or something that you would like to see the community do, please post it on our feedback. We do have a feedback channel on the UPX World Discord, and we are always looking for community inputs and ideas that you would like to see. So please do that. Finally, official on Twitch? Question mark. This is insane. I don't know what to tell you guys. I put in for it over 3 weeks ago, and in fact, on last Sunday, I opened a ticket. I got to go find out even where my ticket is because I'm sure it got lost in the mail. I have no idea, but I need to find that and figure out what's going on. But in the meantime, what I did find out is that we do have some things that we can give out. So I'm and again, this is a learning opportunity. This is a learning session for me. A little bit of like understanding how Twitch works specifically. However, there are so I found a couple things. One, we have artists, so we can give people an artist badge. I get 5 of those, I think, to give out. Let's see here. Add new. Let's see. So yes, I can give out 5 artist badges, and I can currently give out 30 VIP badges. So now the artist badge are just to show who is maybe creating art for us, who is an artist we want to highlight. Currently, I did give out the first artist badge, which probably, well, it might come as a surprise because there's a lot of insanely good artists here. So, like, I'm a little worried that I only have 5 artist badges to give out. So we might have to figure something out because we have some incredible artists here. But I did award the first artist badge to More Cheese, God of Pixels, as she directly contributes to the art of this stream with the little X-landers you see there, which are so entertaining. And honestly, they do help my ADD because it gives my peripherals something to look at that isn't text. And I apologize. I'm trying to get better about not just and not just staring at chat because I get easily distracted. So I apologize if I'm not super responsive in chat. We have an amazing mod team and people that are there in chat for you. So hopefully they are wielding your questions. And then during the Q&A, I will be looking actively at chat more. And that's the other thing. Mods, if there are other questions, just save them because um, I don't have a list of them going. So I'll look for that towards the end in our Q&A session. And then 30 VIP. The 30 VIP ones are kind of cool because they actually grant kind of a superpower. And so you can actually see our first VIP. Oh, I guess, well, yes, our first VIP is Shactalin. So congratulations, Shactalin. Sheriff Shack is our first VIP recipient. You can see she has a shiny diamond next to her name in chat. And that is, again, much deserved. And I am very excited to be able to give you that. know that once we have, once we actually unlock subs and emotes and all of that, we'll definitely be using those as fun giveaways and contests. We love to, give different things away. But in the meantime, oh, no, don't rust. No, I think, come on, what kind of metal do you think we're made out of? If your Xlander is rusty, you might want to check on a refund because they should not rust. They should be made out of some space age material, I would assume. But yes, so if you, I think we'll probably need to figure out some things to get some Twitch VIPs. So if you are interested, like we'll figure out a way. Because there's a lot of amazing people that I would want to highlight and show, but I can't believe it. They've limited it. And I can't even buy more. Like, can I just buy 100 VIPs and then just make everybody in my chat VIP? Because if you follow to me, you are a VIP? I don't know. Apparently, the answer is no, you can't. You get a limited number, and it's proportionate to the number of followers. So the more followers and the more activity we get, the more of those VIPs we can unlock. I will be sure to keep the community updated as we get to those different milestones, for sure. Oh, Humble, you'll take a VIP. Yeah, so again, we are going to use those as incentives. I will leave it up probably to my amazing marketing team. So, don't necessarily. I'm not even probably the right person to kiss up to. I would say it's going to be Scotch and Shacklin, who are kind of leading those things. So between the CMO and the bounty sheriff, like they probably have more on that side. Um, but I tell you what, here you go. Here's one. Um, if you get a web developer, if you send me a web developer and it's one that we end up using that helps us, I will give you a VIP in Twitch. And what that means is like if it's you're not slowed down if we do so as we get bigger and if we have to implement like slow chat or subscribers only, that VIP flag essentially overrides all of that and will ensure that your voice is always heard inside of the chat. No matter how big we get, it'll kind of help you stand out among the crowd. So it is a big honor and it's something that we take very seriously. So yeah, I am. If you help us out, we will reward that and we would appreciate it. All right, so there you go. I'll take it. Yes. All right. So there's that. Influencer opportunities. As I mentioned, Instagram. If you are not already following us on Instagram, please do. You do not want to miss out on that Genesis item. Mars Buggy, welcome. You are not too late. You are always on time exactly when you're supposed to be. So thank you for joining. All right, I am going to open it up to questions and answers now. Boop, boop, boop. Q&A. And so we'll take the last, 18 minutes for some Q&A. I'm actually going to go to the next slide here because I want to show. So because we talked about it a little bit. Oh no! I close my thing. Hold on. There we go. So let me get my head out of the way here. This is our current flag. So as I said, utopian peaceful existence. That's kind of our three core tenets that's driving us. That first one is from the one and only Zoe Wedgecloud. And absolutely stunning. I like the hands of the sun, and it's very, I don't know. I get a sense of peace when I look at it. Or utopian, not sorry. I do get a sense of peace when I look at it, though. Very utopian, like, yes, all of the bounty. Like, to me, it's like a bounty, right? Like, it's utopia's bounty, which I like. And so the next one, and I was looking at the bird and the art. So you can see, I made this. I just made these little panels here. And so I'm looking to replace them with much better art from the community. And so, yeah, I love that. Now, keep in mind, it does not have to match or be thematic against Zoe's original submission. So please, feel free to stretch your creative legs, try different art styles. We are kind of, I mean, ultimately, we would be very open to having like an eclectic, you know, a little bit of patchwork, three different panels really showcasing the diversity of the community as well. And then the last panel, which is the X, which will be existence. And this is really, this is probably a big one as well, is, talking about the human AI hybrid. There's a lot of undertones there, as well as when we think about our own lives and how connected to technology we are, and how I think a lot of us struggle between the human and the robot kind of, if we're just like going through like on autopilot, like uh, and our kind of need and reliance on technology. So there's definitely some not so subtle overtones on that one. Uh, but from a gaming perspective, I think that the mechanics of having the human consciousness integrated with an AI will allow us to do some really fun storytelling and integrated elements. So, for instance, even things like idle games. So, like if we had like an idle clicker or some sort of idle anything, then the idea there would be that that's essentially you turning on your AI to run that. And then in games, there'll be things that maybe affect your technology side versus your human side more. Um, Maybe there's, I don't know if, do you guys ever play? There's a game, Black and White, which was an amazing game. I think Black and White 2 was even more incredible. And you played essentially a god, and you had like these creatures, and you would teach the creatures different things. And, and then depending on if you were good, you taught them miracles or you taught them destruction spells. Um, and yes, oh, Scott, you, oh, oh my gosh, the amount of hours I put in on Black and White. So here's the other thing I'm going to tell you. My inspiration from games is games like that. It's also Easter eggs. I cannot stress this enough. If you like mystery, if you like hidden clues and gems and secret levels, we are going to have tons of that. Like that is one of my absolute most favorite things about video games is tiny Easter eggs or, little known tips, tricks, or hidden places. Um, Related to Black and White 2, I believe it was Black and White 2, they actually had a really interesting Easter egg where if you registered your game and you sent in the information, the villagers would start chanting your name periodically. So instead of just like, saying something random, and I didn't know this, and I registered, and I'll never forget, I thought I was having a psychotic breakdown because I'm sitting there listening to the game, and it's like, Joe, Joe, Joe. And I'm like, holy cow, I think my house is haunted. And I look and I'm like, they're chanting my name. What is happening? And I seriously thought I was losing my mind. And it turns out it's like some weird Easter egg that they built in. I was like, holy cow, that is so cool. Um, it absolutely did have one of the most amazing. There was a game that was even older than that called Populous, where it was kind of similar. You would get different points, and then you could do miracles and volcanoes and stuff, and you would try to convert the world. Populous was that's an old school game though. That might have dated me a little bit there. They went for cool, they landed on creepy. Yeah, no, it's a cool concept, right? Like, oh yeah, I want these villagers, but like if you don't know that that's going to happen, like it's scary. I will say that there is going to be some world events. So you know what? I'll share that. I'm going to share it. It probably is not going to come up because I got my green screen. Um, I got my sketch pad. And I kind of have the world map. And now it's sketchy. Sketchy is the best way to describe this. Um, but I have the idea. Well, here, and I'll just flash it here. Oh, you see, you can't even see it. Well, that's fine. I'll figure out a way. Um, and the idea is that you're actually going to zone in. So this is, you know, I'll wrap up our Friday. I like to try and include something a little extra. Um, there is I'll give you a spoiler here. We are actively working on a multiplayer environment. And so I was planning on demoing that, but we still have some kinks we want to work out. So there will almost certainly be some sort of demo of multiplayer, either Saturday and or Sunday. So if you can't make one of those, be sure to catch the recap on YouTube, or we'll probably have some clips on social. So that is coming. I was going to show that, but unfortunately, I don't have that quite ready. But it has, you'll be able to zone. It's going to be small groups, probably 6 to 8 people. You'll be able to be in the same environment. You'll be able to chat, etc. And then that will be the basis for our multiplayer. Ultimately, though, and that will be multiplayer inside of the upland metaphases that we're creating, right? So that's the upland metaphase experience, aka UMX. See, all of our initials get to have like X's in them, which is kind of cool, like UMX. What's UMX? Oh, the upland metaphase experience. So check that out. So I can't show you this. Maybe I'll figure out a way. If I got to clean it up, maybe I'll get somebody. So here's the idea. And with the last 10 minutes, I just see, first of all, if anybody has any questions, now's the time to post them. We're technically in Q&A. I scrolled past it because I wanted to show Zoe's flag because I really like her panel. I wanted to give you some inspiration. But here you go. So here, Q&A, but here you go. So here's the vision for the UPX world. So imagine you zone in as your Xlander. You've seen now the Xlander models, and you will be on the planet of UPX world. I'm the way that I've kind of like described it to the level designers is it's like a red rocky planet, kind of like Mars, but I don't want to like. It's not Mars. It's more the landscape is more aggressive than that, if that makes sense. Like we're gonna have like mountainous like chunks, and because there's gonna be lots of hidden crevices and things to discover inside of UpX world itself. So you'll actually be able to explore this world. And then throughout the surface of UpX world is where we're going to have these experiences. So each experience will have its own area on the planet. And as we grow, so will UpX World. The actual planet digitally will grow as well. So much like new continents or whatever being opened in other places, you'll be able to explore more and more of this planet. But the real thing is, I mean, it's going to be mostly desolate. So like, keep this in mind. You're actually not going to have a ton to do in the open world, but that will be, you'll have some amount of interoperability, like playing with other people, walking around. We're going to have Xenon, which is like the free currency that will spawn periodically around. So you'll be able to like walk around and collect Xenon. But your primary purpose of being in UpX World is to discover different experiences. So as you discover and unlock the experiences, you'll be able to set that as your home. So there'll be waypoints in front of each experience. And so if you've ever played, picture like a Diablo 2 style, like the little like teleport portals, and then you can set essentially your favorite. So when you log, excuse me. So when you log in, you're right there. Or we'll have an easy to choose menu. We're not trying to make people have to hunt for these every time. Once you get it, once you unlock it, and you found the new experience, you'll be able to select it at will. You'll be able to zoom out and click. It'll be very much like fast travel and like I think Dragon Age had a good fast travel system. Um, but the experiences then will be their own instances. So with the metaphases, you'll go to a metaphase portal selector. You'll be able to select your metaphase. Even things like the upland data mines will be an experience. You'll be able to find the data mines themselves and then go into it. That's just going to lead you to the data reporting site. However, that is going to be an element of the actual world. Like there will be a giant kind of mine shaft thing. And then other experiences, one that I'm particularly looking forward to, and again, you're going to hear me mention it probably several times as we get closer and closer, is 1111 Studios. And the design that NFT Architect and Dr. Nobi are putting together for the actual building is gorgeous. In fact, I don't want to give too much away because I kind of want it to be a bit of a surprise when we actually launch it. And we'll probably get like an exclusive. Maybe I'll get with Dr. Nobi this week and see. We'll have maybe an exclusive stream to talk about his project, 1111, which we're going to bring to life with UPX World. So that will be a particularly large, monolithic, kind of retro but neon but dark building. The idea would be that when you stumble across this, if you are flying across the landscape of UPX World and you happen upon the 1111 art gallery and auction house, that you're almost startled. Like it's like, holy cow. Other experiences, which, if we're talking about being startled, you certainly cannot count out projects like Creedmoor, who have some incredibly talented and we had a good word for this. Oh, what was the word of the week when we were talking about not morbid? Morbid wasn't the right word. It's on the tip of my tongue. Interesting fact, random fact, when you know a word but you're unable to say it, your brain actually prevents you from like knowing that word, because essentially your brain goes, clearly you're not thinking about that word because that word's super obvious. So let me give you all of the other words that are kind of like that might fill in, because clearly you're not thinking about that word. And macabre, thank you, Robzilla. Macabre. And so my brain was never gonna, and so that's why they actually say if you you'll be in the shower or whatever, and then you'll be like, macabre, I couldn't think of that. Your brain actually like puts it in a bubble and it's like, this is the word, but you clearly don't want this word because obviously it's right here. So let me give you all of this other information. So the macabre. And yeah, it's actually true. And I tell that story with the hopes of distracting my brain from locking the word in place. It works about 3 out of 10 times. If I'm being honest, it's not super effective because my brain now knows that trick, and it's like, I'm not giving you the word. I know you're going to tell that same story every single time in hopes that I unlock this word, but we're not doing it. So macabre is the word. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, I think there might be like one of those stuff. But anyway, so imagine again roaming the landscapes and coming upon a, say, decrepit facility with, a strange aura around it. And then you're able to go into that experience and see things in a new way. Each experience can leverage not only assets from that specific project or that specific experience, but from the entirety of the layer one integrations that we're working with. So while there might be dedicated, say for instance, upland specific experiences like the metaphases and the data mines, that does not mean that you won't see influences or direct interactions in other experiences. And in fact, a lot of the owners or creators of these experiences have significant holdings inside of Upland, and I know a lot of them are looking to either bring that as a meta venture or other feature back down to layer one. So we are hoping that we can essentially preemptively create a layer two environment for all of these really cool experiences, because there's such a pent up backlog of great ideas and content that just needs to come to life. We're going to help it come to life in layer two. We're going to connect it, say, through maybe Wax. I know a lot of the projects we're dealing with are going to be dealing with Wax. So we will help bring those to life and give interactions and give passive revenue and extra value to those NFTs and to those creators of those projects. And then hopefully with our continued third-party relationship with Upland, we're also able to help positively influence. That was a good one. That was a solid bomb. Sorry. Uh, Hopefully we're able to positively influence Upland and say, hey, here's an experience. Here's 1111. Here is Creedmoor. Here is, hold on, I'm gonna miss some. Well, we got Extreme Go Kart Racing. Even UpX were alive. So this will be the last thing. But anyway, that will be the idea. Would be then you'd be able to bring it in and maybe as a meta venture. Maybe you can then sell or trade your NFTs directly in layer one at your establishment inside of Upland. It would also highlight your experience, maybe link players directly to that experience or help them in some way. Or there's actually a lot of different things we can do with that. So that is kind of our plan. Is we are shifting a bit. Obviously, we love Upland. Like most of what we're developing, the core of what we're developing is going to be to support and grow Upland asset values and potential passive revenue. We saw that. Oh, is this week? Hold on. All right, you guys, 2 more minutes, because I might have so semi-related. The decor shops were out today or this week, and not the decor shops, sorry, the decor manufacturing. And so UpX World, how did I miss that? So UpX World Factory, so it's actually the UpX World Genesis Factory. 18 hours, I think. Yeah, I don't think any is built. Yeah, we are 18 hours away from our first test tube statues at the UpX World Genesis plant. So you can find the UpX World Genesis plant in Layer 1 Upland, 1701 Gerald Avenue, and that is in the Genesis City. You'll notice I like the word Genesis quite a lot. It's probably, we should, if you are a fan of beverages and want to consume them every time I say the word Genesis, just be sure that you are drinking responsibly, because I do like that word quite a bit. Super excited. We will have the first test tube statues completed here in less than 19 hours. Alexa, what's 19 hours from now? Let's
19 see. 19 hours from now will be September 3rd, 2022 at 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Oh, so they won't be done before the stream tomorrow morning. So we might have to wait till Sunday to see them, but I'm sure we'll post some things online. And then, as I previously mentioned, my good buddy, Too Stupid to Win, is also a developer, and he has the UpX Podcast Manufacturing, which is at, he's got a cool address on his 999 Brotherhood Way, which is pretty cool. And he is making the OG Anvil. And it looks like his will be available in 24 hours. Those will be the first, and apparently they're big. And they're pretty cool. So I'm really interested to see those come out. And those decor items will be one of the first things that help unlock some features in layer 2 as well. So, yes. Yeah. So, yep, the stream is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So it will not be ready for tomorrow morning stream. Um, but I did say we were going to have a dev stream. So who knows? Keep an eye out on Discord. I might do a developer stream tomorrow evening, um, depending on, yeah, schedule. But actually, I'm there's a good chance I go live tomorrow evening for a little bit. And if maybe we just play stream avatars and test some stuff. So keep an eye on Discord. There's very likely going to be a bonus stream tomorrow, where we work on stuff in the evening, probably between 5 and 7 p.m. Central. Oh, you know what? Sorry, I'm just processing my schedule. Let's plan on doing something tomorrow night. Maybe like 7. All right, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm terrible. Sorry. I just kind of like went on a whole mental thing there. Um, we're gonna do something fun tomorrow night because we got decor. Like I want to show it off. I want to play. Go check a look. I think I can maybe move it to different properties, stuff like that. So we will definitely do that tomorrow night, for sure at some point. So keep an eye on Discord for that. And with that, I think that's it. Um, and so yeah, 6 a.m. PST. I know. I'm sorry, my PST friends. I do try to make it, give everybody a different opportunity. And so, yeah, know that Scotch probably, yeah, will have limited mods. So that means you guys have to be on your best behavior. Best behavior, on our weekend streams, because our weekend streams are usually much more casual. But as the final disclosure, as we come out of this, I do want to just say, I appreciate everyone's patience and continued support as we kind of, work out all of the kinks and things with communication. I appreciate your patience with me as I am new to actively streaming this much. And so working out how to make sure that we have compelling content for you consistently, as well as making sure we follow all social guidelines. So we really do want UpX World to be a place where people feel safe to express their art and their style, and we really want to hold ourselves to a much higher standard than a lot of the communities in this space. And so know that if something you post gets deleted, or taken down, just feel free to reach out to mod. Hopefully the mods are already reaching out to you as to why. But that is just to maintain kind of the highest standards of community quality as possible. There are many, many, many discords if you would prefer to have different kinds of conversations that maybe are not allowed in UpX World. There are many discords to have those kind of conversations. And that doesn't have to be anything crude either. I'm talking even if it's something like Upland. UpX World server is strictly for UpX World conversations. There are many servers, including the Genesis fan server, where you can share your thoughts and feelings about Upland, or obviously the official Upland server, as well as many other great community built servers. So that is all. Thanks, TML and Scotch. Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend. Robzilla, congratulations on getting first place in that writing contest, by the way. Great. Did I? That's correct. Yes. All right. I was like, oh man, I just might have promised Rob 50 grand, 50,000 UpX. And yes. Okay, you did. All right. Waves, vacuums running. All right. This was awesome. Enjoy your weekend. And we will see you back here tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central Time. Same Xlander place, slightly earlier Xlander time. Cheers.